October 4th, 2013 will mark the 25th year anniversary for the Indianapolis hub. What I remember most about starting with FedEx in the Indianapolis hub 25 years ago was really how hard we worked. This was a part-time job, but I remember initially some very, very long days and even working, Saturday night into Sunday till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, unloading trucks, loading trucks. The employee parking wasn't across 70 as it is today. We actually parked what is now the south ramp of the hub.
I've been out here for 25 years, and no, it doesn't seem just like yesterday. Had some challenges, but I appreciate all the opportunities that FedEx and some of my peers have given me, which has enabled me to raise and support a family. So I'm thankful for all of that.
The aircraft were amazing. The first time I had ever gotten on an aircraft was the 727. It was huge to me. And then when the DC-10s came, it was unbelievable, especially at night.
Starting out, it was hard work, but once you got used to it, the repetition of things, and we found ways to make it fun.
Everyone was nervous. They were telling us that this is going to be new for everyone. We just knew that everyone was on board. Everyone was ready to do this, not knowing anything at all. The first Saturday is the one I remember the best. We started at 4 o'clock. Right around there in the afternoon. I think I left at 10 till 6 the next morning. It was a long night, a long night.
Crazy. None of us knew what we were doing. We scanned and loaded packages and unloaded them again and had to rescan them, put them in other containers. Nobody knew what they were doing. Bob did, of course.
Well, I recollect back then being hired by Bill Butterworth. Yeah, he was my manager at that time, and he called me on the phone. I was working at Target. I was a cashier. Had a line of folks there waiting to get their goods to get out of the store, and he's asking me if I want a job at FedEx. I says, sure.
Had a lot of fun, and just how good the people were here at FedEx. Just a different environment, different teamwork, all for a common goal, all while working extremely hard. Just bulk truck after bulk truck after bulk truck. And after you got them unloaded and sorted, then you were loading them up into the wee hours on Saturday morning.
Never worked around aircraft. Just the magnitude of the size of the airplanes and the power of the engines. It's so much different when you're standing outside and just looking into the sky.
I think it was that first day that we started working, and it just continued. It continued, the sort never stopped.
It's just funny how you see folks that came through the door at the same time you are. Some of our directors like Amanda. You got Bob Haynes, Donnie Sharp. And the thing about looking back at the time, we all became friends because, we shot hoops together, played a little basketball. So it just taught me a valuable lesson. You always try to have a good relationship with folks because you never know who's who.
We loaded our own. We only had 4 or 5 727s, what I remember. That was really peak, and the temperature fell the whole week. We still hold, I think, 2 records for that week. 23 below zero, 57 below zero chill factor, and we worked it. We did not quit, did we?
Had no clue that I'd be here this long. It just happened. You look up, next time you done 10, done 20, and now 25, and you just say, wow.
Oh, my first day I worked in the primary, and I actually thought it was pretty hard. I didn't know if I'd be able to work here for a long time. It was dirty and sweaty, and yes, and we actually kind of moved around and helped out wherever we needed help. If they told you to go load a plane, you went and load a plane.
I didn't expect I'd be here 25 years, but I remember the first day and the first several days, we were all brand new, so we were all not knowing what to do. So it made it interesting and had a camaraderie because we were all in it together for the first time. So that was special. And it's interesting that after 25 years, Jill and I are finally working together. We've been in the same facility for 25 years, but never in the same group. So I think that's interesting.
I have made a lot of friends that I've had for 25 years. And it's wonderful, been a wonderful experience, and we were friends then and we're great friends now.
But what I remember the most was the size of the building. I thought that building, the old building, was like a large facility. You know, all this wasn't here at that time. And I just thought that building was like, wow, this place is massive. If you ever have a question about how the hub has grown, all you gotta do is start at the old building, and you can tell where the hub had started at.
Didn't think I'd make a 25-year career out of this, but here I am now and enjoying it. I still think FedEx is still a people company. We're matured and we do things a little differently now than 25 years ago, but I still think we're just as, we bleed purple just as much as we did then now as we do now. So
we were pumped up. We were very, very excited to work. We were very excited to work for such a wonderful company. And it was chaotic. We had no idea what we were doing, but we got it done. So it was a very, very exciting time for us.
Mine was Gene Prescott, and I remember one of the questions he asked me was, in my interview, was if I was a team player, and I really didn't know what he meant. And I was like, well, I played softball. I didn't know what he meant. You know, I have never worked for a company where they initiated, you know, the team concept. So then after I was hired on, then I got what they meant by working as a team. So
we loaded I think 2 or 3 of us loaded a 727 by ourselves, you know, and we did a lot of the things we did ourselves because we didn't have any other support. But it was a learning experience. It was okay.
Everything looked large. It was different. It was something different. I made a whole lot of friends and still friends with them.
We would go to both sides of the slide. We would go down from the south to the north end. If I was caught up, I'd go down and help Rob, see how he was doing, or if he had some non-conveyables that he would have to, you know, something he couldn't do on his own, then we would help each other out. And that worked on both sides of the slide. So, yeah, our group was pretty well, you know, tight knit, and I'm sure most groups in here were the same way. So.
No, it was much smaller, Tom. Do you know that movie Cheers and that slogan where everybody knows your name? FedEx was kind of like that in that day. You know, it was small. I can remember when the parking lot was not the parking lot across the highway. It was right there in front, and everything was different. Everybody knew your name.
Yes, I am definitely excited with the growth here, at the Indy hub, and everything that's around here looks really nice. Really, I mean, it's got a really good impression when you drive by the interstate, and my daughter's always kind of, hey, FedEx, there's planes, Dad, here's where you work. So yeah, looks really good.
I can remember when we would work 4 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And Saturday night, we would come out here and work. A lot of times, we didn't leave until Sunday noon.
My first manager was Mike Herring. Mike, he really pulled us together and he watched over us. Great man. And we were all strangers, but yet there's something special about the way we did things. Everyone wanted to help each other be successful. And that was the best part about FedEx when I first came, was that we worked together, not just a work group, but like a family.
And everybody really kind of felt a sense of, kind of community, and just everybody was really working together.
I didn't think I'd be here this long, but it's been a great, great ride, a wonderful experience. I've learned a lot, I've seen a lot, I've met wonderful, wonderful people, and it's been a joy.
And I think when Fred Smith showed up his first time here to kind of interview everybody after everything that went on, his first deal was, well, is there anything I can do for you guys? And the question was, can you get us some roller bed trailers?
In closing, the first 25 years here at the Indianapolis hub have been extremely exciting. We've seen growth in every way that you could potentially imagine, and I'm very, very excited about the future and what the next 25 years bring.